mitigation and preparedness strategies for your business. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of those mitigation and preparedness strategies we've thought of, and we're actually going to populate it all together into what's called a hazard action plan. These are specialized single sheets of paper that are designed per hazard. The idea is if your business is suddenly finding itself facing a hazard, you have a single sheet of paper that you can reference. It's going to remind you about all the other information you've put in. So instead of flipping through a book of resources, you have that one go-to resource you need in that situation right then and there, making this business continuity plan highly effective for you when you need to think on your feet. So if we look here inside the tool, we can see that it has pulled together for us already a hazard action plan. And this first hazard action plan is based on wildfires, because that was the most likely hazard to impact our business for Bob's Bingo Hall and Bakery. And so if we look here at the top, we have a summary of all our business assets and functions that are impacted should a wildfire occur. And this is really helpful because it's pulling all the information you've already put into the tool earlier, and it's reminding you what assets and functions are going to be impacted with a wildfire. Below that, similarly, it tells us all the potential impacts. We've already figured out the potential impacts in a wildfire, and now it's reminding us what those potential impacts are. So what we can do is we can take this information above us and we can actually start to populate mitigation and preparedness strategies, like the examples we talked about earlier. And they're broken out in before, during, and after kind of categories. So for a wildfire, if we look at the assets and functions that are impacted, we can see that our bingo hall and our inventory are really impacted by a wildfire. So beforehand, maybe a mitigation and preparedness strategy we could do is to find alternative locations. And then we're going to click the plus button and add that mitigation and preparedness strategy. We're also going to say we can find alternative suppliers. Those are two great mitigation and preparedness strategies we can do before a wildfire occurs to our business. If we look at during a wildfire, there's mitigation and preparedness strategies we can implement. For example, a crisis communication plan. This is something you can have in place beforehand, but what we can do is we can implement it during the crisis, so that way we have messaging going out to our key stakeholders like our employees or our suppliers or our customers, and you can have it ready, and this will be a little reminder for you to implement your crisis communication plan. And likewise, afterwards, we could do something like an inventory count if we're worried about lost inventory caused by these hazards that have happened. And again, that is a strategy you can implement afterwards to help your business recover quickly and mitigate the downtime and the damage that could occur to your business. So this gives you a very good summary of all of the mitigation and preparedness strategies you can implement for a wildfire hazard. And so you have a single sheet of paper that you can turn to now. Instead of rifling through all pages and pages of a business continuity plan, you know where to go to get the information you need at that specific moment. If you have more time, you can complete hazard action plans for other key hazards that could be impacting your business as you go along. When you're finished with that section, continue on to the next section. We'll add even more to your business continuity plan.